Hello to all of you who enjoy contemporary living in which the pipe has its space. How odd, you may think. This is not Matthias' normal opening sentence. Yes, indeed, it's not. And today I'm going for something different. I have reflected, in fact, my concept. And yes, I would like to talk about pipe smoking in modern times in the 21st century, and it's also about saying goodbye to something else and say hello to something new. First of all, pipe carving and tobacco manufacturing has a very old tradition, and it is established over centuries, and it has survived until today. However, times are changing. It is always changing, and we are human beings, and we perceive time in a linear way. So it's always going forward, not backwards. So none moment that has passed will ever come back. Yes, and unless we talk about quantum physics, but that's a different story and definitely not the topic of today's video. What is it about today? Having a long tradition and translating something like pipe smoking into modern times, into the 21st century, and just tell you what purpose it serves for me. For me, it is in the first place the luxury still, and it's a luxury still, to take the time, not to hurry, not to rush, really have some quiet and peaceful time in which we enjoy our pipe and tobacco. Yes, it is often said in modern times, 24 hours, city never sleeps and always go, and even eating is a waste of time. You can do 10 times at the same 10 things at the same time, and that is something what I consider that's not what our body and our mind is made for. We are not yet machines, we are still human beings, and yes, at least I must say that for me, my battery needs to recharge, and I can really stand with that and say, that's for me, that's true. So about time's changing. Today it is for me the time to say goodbye to an old tobacco, a companion which was with me for quite some time. It is this one here, the Amphora Virginia, and it was the last company which has made it was McBaron, and we all know the story. I don't have to repeat that. And since it is not continued, this is indeed my last pouch. And what do I like about it, and why did I have it for such a long time? It is a combination of Virginias from South America and Africa, and the particular thing about the Amphora Virginia is that it was pressed, and in a way that the harshness of the Virginia is taken back a little bit, so it's not that harsh in the smoke. And tongue bite and me, tongue bite and I just open it. There's not much left in that pouch, and just maybe I can show a little into the camera that you see. You can see. It will last for a few bowls still. However, it will not last forever, and certainly not for long. So, and that is something we need to say goodbye. A lot of tobaccos were disappearing, other tobaccos were coming, and yes, I think this one is no exception, unfortunately. Or is there a need for regret? Not really, because so far, and at least in the German market, we have more than enough alternatives to go to, and so it's not such a sad thing for me. But anyhow, as I said, time is going forward and old times will never come back, and that's the reason why I would like to focus on contemporary living and the place that pipe smoking still can have today, and what it means to me. Now, coming to the pipe in which I would like to enjoy this Amphora Virginia, and today I've chosen something very unique indeed. That's this one. This is a Phauen pipe, but not of the standard series. I've been talking about this in a few of my videos. This is one of the pipes that the Phauen manufacturer sought out because the wood has some flaws and some errors, and they put it aside, and I got it at an evening event where they hand out these pipes, which is, by the way, in the natural state to beginner pipers. This is obviously no longer in the natural state. What I did, I took this pipe to a pipe carver who is a friend of mine, and we were discussing, well, what can we do with it? And here we have decided to have a full rustication, just like this. So this is a Phauen, and but not a serial Phauen. However, talking of cereals, I have so far 4 of these pipes, and I would like to show you all the 4 and tell a little bit about the difference. The first one that I got from this series is this one here. There's also a Phauen, and that is the natural wood, although it has darkened over time, of course. And you see here very clearly in the shank that there is a scratch a little bit deeper, and there are also some spots which you can see here. There's a spot. Nevertheless, at some points the graining and the bird's eyes are really nice, but that is, I think, probably nothing that Phauen said that is something that can really sell as a cereal pipe. Yeah, it was natural. It has quite a big bowl. It's really depends. This one is a little bit smaller. Yeah, it really depends how the wood is turning out, and then they put it aside, carving a natural pipe from it, and then they give it away. This version has a P-lip, as you see, and it's an acrylic stem. The same is with this one. It's also a P-lip with an made of acrylic stem. And I think I mentioned that before. Phauen can also make quite good P-lips. Then there is another one which is a little bit different. This one I'm quite proud of. So we have here, a dark red, and here at the shank where there was a huge scratch, there is a little black rustication, so that we have this mixture of the nice colored red pipe, and here only the shank where the real flaw was is rusticated. The rest of it is really nice. And also this one has a P-lip. And it is really a pity to waste something, because there are some imperfections. I really do respect the pipe carvers who say, I don't want to waste anything. Let's use our imagination and our creativity to see if we can make something nice from it. And that is something I really do appreciate quite a lot. Coming to the last one of my little selection, and it's this Phauen here. Same concept. This one had only a few spots, so no scratches, so that one was, we could do something different. You see, it was the natural wood, and my friend has made such a give it such an outward appearance. It looks a little bit, but nearly like something like leather, and that is something that I didn't have so far. So this one is, however, not with a P-lip. It has a normal mouthpiece, but this is the selection of my non-serial phone pipes. Yeah, and before we go into it, I make a little break. Off screen, I light my pipe, and then I will be back. Welcome back. The bowl is glimming, and I took a few puffs, and the first things that I got immediately was the natural sweetness from the Virginia, which turned out very nice. And yeah, it is nothing exceptional. Some pipers say, yeah, this is nothing exceptional. It doesn't really give me different types of tobacco, which makes the mix interesting. Maybe. Sometimes I also want something challenging, something more complex, and sometimes I want something simple. So in this case, it is absolutely okay for me because it's just a simple smoke, not complex at all, and I don't have to focus on it. Yeah, if you have more complex mixtures, it's necessary to focus on it, really to taste every little ingredient that it is mentioned there, and sometimes I don't. Yeah, and yeah, so sometimes it's the easy nothing to concentrate on tobacco, and sometimes we have the complex mixtures which need a little bit more focus. So I will finish that bowl and I will finish that pouch, definitely. Yeah, and then there is something new coming, at least new for me, not new for the ytpc, absolutely not new in the tobacco market, but new for me because that's the first tin that I have. Recommended to me by Gary from the channel Old in the Way. Hello, Gary. Yes, I'm following your recommendation and got myself a tin of the Best Brown from Samuel Gawith. I will not smoke it today because it's quite a fresh tin, and what I learned, at least from the Jamaica flake and also from the fire dance, which I didn't enjoy that much, although it has some aromatic taste, but it was not really my cup of tea, must tell. I will open this tin, we'll have a look at the tobacco, and then I'll put it in the jar. The usual packaging, you are familiar with it. That's their factory, and a very hard piece of cardboard, by the way. Then we have this wax paper, put that aside, and then we get to the flake, looking like this. Anybody not familiar with this? I don't think so. Well, let's make a cold nosing. Yeah, definitely I smell Virginia. There's not much on the tin. It says a flake composed of Virginia tobaccos, and that's all I need to know. Let's take some out. Look at this here. Oh, rather light. Doesn't smell that exceptional. Probably with some fantasy I might smell something fruity, but very much in the background. Oh, no, that's Virginia. The rest is probably imagination. So what will I do with it? I don't smoke this tin instantly. Instead, I have prepared a little jar. That's brown. And I put it right in there. That is what I have learned also. Silvio said that to me. These tobacco needs some patience, they need some time in the jar, that they really come to the best flavor. Yeah, and it is typical, I think, for pipe and tobacco, yeah, to curate probably patience. And yeah, patience is necessary. Some things will come with time. It's like in nature, yeah. You see, you have the change of seasons. There is a time for planting, for harvesting, and you cannot make a fast forward. And it's the same with pipe and tobacco. What I see sometimes, or yeah, in today's world, is that we try to do a fast forward and get to the next step without really giving the things the time that they need really to become mature. And also a tobacco needs that, probably also a pipe needs that, and also a pipe smoker probably needs that. At least I can tell that for me. Yeah. So that is the topic of today, saying goodbye to an old companion and looking forward to see something new. Yeah, the Gareth tobaccos are a challenge. Sometimes they are a nuisance. They need relight all the time. By the way, is there any other advice than having it bone dry? Is there any magic or secret? How can I keep this one lit? It's not that I need to have it lit permanently, but to light it after every puff, that is also not the answer. So if you have some advice from me, would be very welcome. Yeah, that's nearly, we are nearly at the end of today's video. I'm filming this on a calendar. We have now the 5th of July, and yeah, summer is just getting nice now, as I love to have it. And this video will be published on the 31st of July, and after that I will take a little summer vacation during August, and then I intend to be back in September, probably with a little revised concept. We're gonna see. First, today you had the first taste of it, what I would like to focus on in the future. So thank you for your attention, for your precious time, and then again I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye, see you soon.